This is absolutely massive. Seahawks fans, we got to talk about somebody being slated to have themselves a breakout year and help carry the Seahawks back to the promised land in the process. What's going on, everybody? Christian Pedersen back with another episode of Seahawks Digest, the show that is ready for football to be back. Don't get me wrong. I love OTAs and mock 2027 drafts and trade memes that I can put out there on the shorts, but I'm with all of you guys. I'm counting down the days. I'm ready to get back to football. That especially includes now getting to see whether or not George Holani is going to have himself the breakout year that some people are saying that he's going to have. There's an article with a bunch of quotes about it. The headline, though, that we're going to just give you the 30,000-foot view is that people are very, very high on a surprise Jadarian Price alternative. Not that people aren't high on Jadarian Price, but it seems that in addition to having a fantastic rookie running back out of Notre Dame, that our boy Holani is finally the next man up and ready to have his opportunity. We're going to talk about all of that on today's video, but before that, we got to say thank you very much to Prize Picks for being today's sponsor. They are America's #1 sports pick app and the best way to get in on the action. Right now, if you want to get in on the action, you got to hit the link in the description, use the code DIGEST. You get $50 instantly in your lineups when playing your first $5. They're here to hook you up. We're here to help you out. It's all good vibes across the board. Code DIGEST when you are signing up for Prize Picks. Okay, let's talk about George Holani. The numbers, for those of you that maybe aren't, dyed in the wool, know every single detail about every single everything. Seahawks-wise, there's not a huge sample size here from Holani. He is maybe not somebody that you have watched. If you're a real junkie and you went back and watched his Boise State film just because you're bored in the offseason, good on you. If not, I get it. I'll do all the analysis here for you. The main thing that I think has been a question this offseason, despite articles being published about Darnold, what he's going to do with the running back situation, is the running back situation. And we've had Sean Alexander on here, or not on here, but we've talked about him on here, talking about Jadarian Price is going to be the only rookie to rush for 1,000 yards and big time this and all this stuff. And that is fantastic, especially when we lose Kenneth Walker to free agency and Sharps is out with an ACL. Sharps coming back, but anytime there's any degree of injury, but especially like a knee or a hip to a running back, you got to question, what exactly are we going to get at even on the return date? Is October going to be when Sharps is at his best, or is that going to be a little bit later in the season? So you're looking around and being like, who's left in this running back room to help the Seahawks get where we need to get? And right now, it seems that George Holani is maybe the sleeper pick for who is going to actually have the breakout season this year. We're going to talk a little bit about the different options of how he can break out, but the Seahawks, according to the quotes here in this article, are very, very high on George Holani, so don't discount him to see who's to be involved in this running backs competition. Okay, I dig it. I'm here for it. Like I said, the numbers from the first 2 years, not a enormous sample size to go off of, but in thinking about it, there are a lot of rookies who have huge college talent and then don't perform in that first NFL year or 2 years in a way that is directly linear from they were this amount of yards at Alabama or Notre Dame or wherever, and then boom, in the first year of the NFL, they immediately exploded for that same level of production. Because sometimes I think it takes a minute to learn the intensity, the preparation, the speed, the mindset, the whatever it is, the verb-wise that you want to use to talk about the NFL. And that's where I think Holani might be, is after 2 years of getting to just be in the building and to be around other great running backs and championship caliber production and all that kind of stuff, he might know exactly how to take full advantage of this opportunity. There's a lot of text here, not asking you to read all of it, but to me, there's two main takeaways. That's middle line where he is not viewed as RB4. At the very worst, he's probably 1C, 1D, maybe. And then at the end, they're talking about there might even be a world where there's a three-headed running back monster. I don't need breakout season. I don't need to qualify breakout season as Helani rushes for 1,700 yards and 45 touchdowns and is getting people to buy his jersey and getting tattoos of him on their face. I can view breakout season as just like he's now a featured part of it. And let Price be the flashy, cutting and this, that, and the other, getting us way downfield running back, but then let Helani be the guy that comes in to give him a breather but doesn't have a drop-off in talent. Let him be the third down running back. Let him be the guy who, chip blocks Myles Garrett and then goes out for a screen. This quote, paragraph later, I think kind of, to me, encapsulates perfectly what we could be potentially getting out of Helani. That second half of the paragraph there, the ultimate jack of all trades. Does everything really well. It's good vision, not great vision. Good speed, not great speed. Good cutting ability, not great cutting ability. Factor in all of this with his receiving skills, and he is a solid, dependable back. As much as that can initially sound like an insult to Helani, to me, that is the perfect spot to be in when you have an injury situation and a rookie, bellwether running back type of thing. Because there's going to be times where you're just like, okay, 3rd and 1, we need just somebody to dive at the B gap. Not cut left, not cut right, not try to do too much. Just can you get us the first down to move the chains, reset this, let the offense spread back out, and then do their thing. There's going to be times where it's like, we need a waggle right just to get us 3 yards for a first down. And you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just those little moments where you need to rely on somebody who, like I said, has had some time in the NFL to adjust to speed, preparation, tempo, and just to be ready for the moment of being like, hey, yes, this is my moment to shine, but I'm not going to try and do too much. The spotlight is on me, but I'm not nervous. All those things seems like that's where Helani's head could be at. And therefore, I totally agree that he seems ready to be a sleeper sort of breakout-y pick for this season. Maybe I'm entirely wrong. I am just some random YouTube pundit who's just farting into the wind on the internet. But I don't disagree with all of this analysis, and so I'm in. I'm sold. I'm a George Helani truther. You know what else I'm sold on? Prize Picks. Got to thank them again for being our wonderful sponsor of today's video. As we said, that they are #1 sports pick app in all of America and the best way to get in on the action. Right now, if you use the code DIGEST when you sign up, new users get $50 instantly in their lineups when playing your first $5. It helps you out. It helps us out. It helps everybody out. Right now, they got a couple of great things going on. They got the Scary Hours boost during the NBA championships. They're doing it live each night. They're dropping Scary Hours payout boosts to level up the lineups in all of the Knicks versus Spurs bedlam. It's not even madness. It's chaos. That series. Look, if it's the off season, I'm always scrolling around for good sports to try and fill my time. That absolutely does it. Other things that they've got going on right now, Flex Fridays is back in full swing. Boost your end of your week by using your Flex Friday payout boost to get a 40% higher payout every Friday. And then also, I think this might be everyone's favorite promotion in America, Taco Tuesdays. The tacos are going nowhere. Their board is serving up discounted projections all Tuesday long, all day long. Prize Picks, America's #1 sports pick app. The best way to get in on the action. Code DIGEST. Might have to make a code George Helani. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys soon.